Hello and welcome to Film Pickle. Today we are talking about Jurassic World, the long awaited sequel to Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park released somewhere in 93-94 and since then it has had two sequels which really are not that great. They didn't live up to the first movie, and this movie on the thematic front, on the concept front, it does live up to Jurassic Park, because what John Hammond, the owner in Jurassic Park, thought of as a theme park is finally fully realized, fully activated. People are going into the park. It's like Disneyland. It's about a theme park which has dinosaurs in it, and then as with dinosaurs, things are unpredictable, they go wrong, and a lot of people die. That much is revealed in the trailers. I'll not give you any spoilers, but here's the best part about this movie. Every single character who is about to die, the moment they introduce on screen, you will know they are about to die. Like, these are the Star Trek's version of red shirts. They're obvious that these people are going to die and the main characters are going to live through regardless, because that's how Jurassic Park movies always work. They never kill across a main character any which ways. Well, coming to the direction of the movie, this is where the movie actually suffers a lot. From Steven Spielberg directing two of the movies, then Joe Johnston did the third movie, which is very forgettable. This movie is done by a newcomer called Colin Trevorrow. He's a very big fanboy of the movie. You can see that in the movie. But having said that, his direction is very flat, lifeless. It brings nothing to the movie. Like, for instance, the opening, that famous Jurassic Park theme, which in the first movie was played over a helicopter. And then you see the island and you have the sense of, oh wow. That same theme, they've played it over the theme park, and the theme park is like a couple of buildings and people walking about, and there's no wow moment to it. Why couldn't it show some dinosaurs? I mean, it's Jurassic World. The whole theme should open over dinosaurs going over, people interacting with dinosaurs and things like that. I felt the park really lacked the interaction with the dinosaurs. It's more of a dinosaur themed park than a theme park with dinosaurs in them. They have very less of that interaction, and I don't know how that works, but the plot is people are now bored of these dinosaurs and they want something bigger, faster, more vicious. So the lab cooks up something new, something monstrous, and then things go wrong when this monster escapes. But with flat direction, everything until the monster escapes is really slow and boring. So without much going on in the first half, it's the second half which really carries the movie, which is where you actually have fun in the movie. That is the direction part. As far as the score, it's mostly a rehash of the first movie, so it's not something new. Acting wise, Irfan Khan as Vazirani is actually really good. He plays the new John Hammond character really well, who puts humans and animals ahead of the money. That's really appreciable. His childlike enthusiasm, that is really good. As far as the heroine of the film, Bryce Dallas Howard, she's kind of flat, she's not exactly that great, but the hero of the movie makes up for it completely. And you have seen him last as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, and Chris Pratt rocks in this movie as well. He is great as an Indiana Jones kind of a Navy SEAL character. He has a couple of good one-liners and his story is really interesting, but the kids in the movie, who should be the main focal point of the film, are dragging the film down. They're really boring. Every time they cut to the kids and I'm like, let's see Chris Pratt do something cool rather than the kids, because the kids do nothing other than scream, shout and look scared. Chris Pratt is really good in this film. The kids are not so great. The heroine is okay. Vazirani, Irfan Khan is really good in this film. So acting wise, the performances are good, but everyone gives a little bit of an exaggerated performance. Nothing like the very subtle Sam Neill performance in the first movie. And last comes the visual effects. And actually, visual effects is the main part of Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Now, why I mention these two films? Because there's a lot of things in Jurassic World which are referenced from Jurassic Park. The old visitor center is seen. You see a lot of old jeeps and old technology from the first movie. So there are a lot of throwbacks. So in case you want to see the first movie and then this, it's a direct sequel. But having said that, the first movie still has better dinosaurs, and that movie is 22 years old. Now that is something to think about. It's been 22 years and the dinos look much more fake now. That just shows that taking time and doing it carefully is much more important than doing it bombastically. All in all, I would rate this a 5.5 out of 10, which makes it a 6 out of 10 on IMDb ratings. It is a must watch for Jurassic Park fans. It is an okay or maybe skippable watch for people who are not fans of dinosaurs. So if you are a fan, go watch it. I was a huge fan. I liked the movie, but it has a boring first half. Second half is kind of decent, but not as great as the first one. That's all I gotta say about this movie. Coming soon on new reviews and new things on our channel. Do like, share and subscribe if you like what we are doing. Thank you so much.